The next set we're going to do now is how do you pay for bills and utilities. Okay, like I said, we've almost done everything, so let's just go ahead and duplicate this now. Control D, and we want to start another flow. Let's put it here. Like I said, we will arrange all these things later. Okay, so another flow here. This one is paying for utility bills. Okay, so we're going to say utility payment, utility, let's call that utility payment. Basically from here on is copy and paste because we've done everything. Okay, so yeah, we'll be faster this time around. So utility here, we are just going to come in here and we're going to type in choose utility. Okay, and for this, I don't want the label. For this particular guy, I don't want the label. So let's go in, and we don't want the label. Instead, we want the user inputs. Okay, user input. Let's just do that. Okay, no, it's not on. It's going to be right here. Let's type in electricity. Okay, let's make it active. Okay, so electricity. Okay, electricity, and let's activate the right icon. Okay, and we want to change this right icon to chevron. Let's search for chevron because chevron wanted to be pointing this way. Okay, so the person can choose electricity. Control D. Let's add like 3. Let's delete this button. Okay, don't worry, we'll delete the button later on. Let's come in here. Remember, you want to select this, Shift A, and instead of this, you want to use 16. That we've been using 16. Okay, so that's what you want there. And let me duplicate this. Let me duplicate this now before I delete this. So I don't want here, I don't want this, and I also don't want the button right here. So this is basically what I want. So the person is to select either they want to make payment for electricity or they want to make payment for what else? What else should we put? We have electricity. We have cable TV. And here we can have maybe betting, and let's just leave it as betting. Okay, so once you come in here you can now say choose provider. Yes, choose provider. Okay, and here for these ones we are just going to hide these other guys. Okay, hide, we don't need this, we don't need this. Okay, we only need this. Control D. Oops, sorry. Let's leave that at that 2. Okay, so we don't need this. Select inside. We don't need the left icon now. We don't need that right icon. Okay, let's deselect the right icon. And you want to go in there. Let's put in Abuja. Of course, Abuja, AEDC. Okay, that's what we want there. And for this, Eko Onibaje Lagos. We have EKEDC. Okay, and let's go ahead and add in more. Control D. Let's add in just like 3. Let's also, we'll delete that later. Let's just put in the info first. Okay, that's what should we have? We should have maybe Enugu, and for Enugu we're going to have EEDC. Then we can add in Kaduna. Let's add in Kaduna. Okay, Kaduna. Okay, so Kaduna is KEDC. Lastly, let's add Yola. Okay, let's assume these are the people, Yola, and that is YEDP. Okay, good. So these are the electricity providers we have. Then the next thing they need to do is to enter the amount and the meter number. So let's do Control D. So here, let's call this one select provider. And we want to delete this key part and also delete the button. We don't need the button there. Okay. Then here, enter meter number. Okay. So amount and meter number. Okay. So here we are going to need only 2 of this. So we delete this. Okay, we delete these guys. And for this, we want our label back. We want it back. Come back, please. So here, enter amount. Okay, but there's nothing there now. Nothing there for now. Enter amounts, and here we want our label back too. We want our label back, and yes, we want our label back. And for our label, we want to say meter number. Enter meter number. Okay, so yeah, so you enter your meter number, you enter your this thing, then you want to click on continue. Okay, let's give a little bit of context here. I want to go back and pick this. Oh, this was let me just type, because where they are entering their the amount and meter number, it's important they know how much they have left before they go and put money they don't have. I'm just trying to remove that text. Let's give a little bit of context here. Let's pick a text too, and let's type in available balance. Okay, so it's very important. Available balance. So don't worry about how I decided that I want to put available balance right there. Once we get to UX, you understand better. So available balance, my available balance, I want to cut it, and then I want to put it inside this form. Control V, and then let's align left, and let's set to fill container. Okay, available balance. What font are we using for it? Okay, regular, body regular, small. Okay, so we might want to change that color instead of black, because we don't want to always see it. We don't want it to be too shouty there. It should just be there like that. Okay, so available balance 5,000. So voila, with this we are almost done. The next thing is, once you click on pay now, okay, pay now, purchase, pay now. If there is anything we want to change with the UX copies, we may definitely come back later and do that. For now, I just want us to move a little bit faster, because this video is almost getting to an hour long. Okay, let's duplicate this now. So Control D. Then after here, you also have that confirmation. So we have a new type of confirmation here. So here should be where they enter their PIN. Okay, enter PIN. So for this enter PIN, we're also going to do something similar to what we did with this loading. Okay, we're going to do something similar with what we did with this loading. So yes, you want to enter meter number and amount. You need this, you need the number. Now here, we want to do something close to what we did earlier. So what are we going to do? I'm going to get this box from here. Okay, let me get this box from here. Should I? Yes, let me get this box from here. Okay, let me see if I'm selecting the box. Let me see, that's the box. Okay, let's call this overlay instead of box 32. Overlay blur. Okay, let me copy it. Let me come in here and let me paste it. Let me paste it, Control V. Okay, so once I paste it, remember that this confirmation we did here. Okay, I just want you to go ahead and convert this to, let's convert it to, okay, let's just duplicate it, because I want us to edit it. Okay, so let's bring it here. So it's going to be somewhere here. Sorry, it's going to be somewhere here. Okay, let's zoom in now. So zoom in. I'm also going to pick my keypad. Okay, remember I duplicated it. I didn't just carry it. I duplicated it. Okay, so let's now zoom in because we want to use this tool to create something nice now. So let me select this, and I want to drag this keypad inside here before they cancel. So let's drag it. Let's just copy. And if you notice, this keypad actually has that blur effect. Okay, Control X. Let me come in here and paste it here. Okay, so this is what we want, and let's set it to fill container. Okay. No, definitely not what I want. That's not what I want. So let me do Control Z. Okay, Control Z. Let it come out. That is not where I wanted it. Okay, so let me select this and paste it right in direct. Okay, great. This is what I want, and I want to also move it up. Okay, the cancel should be the last thing. And for this cancel, this particular cancel, I want to go ahead, aside the field, I want to go and give it a field of primary 50. Okay, primary 50. And I'll probably want to make the height a little bit bigger. Yes, I want to make the height a little bit bigger. So I want to take the height to, like, let's see, bring it up here. Okay, and instead of 10, let's go ahead and add 24 to it, or let's say 16. Okay, left and right should still be 32, although it won't get there. Okay, then let's go with height. Let's take height for, let's say, 100. Okay, I think this is what I want, and I'm just going to pick this now and drop it here. Okay, center it, take it to the bottom, so it's resting at the bottom. Then I want to increase it this way and this way so that it fits in. So let's see what we have there. I think, yeah, so this is what we want. Okay, so this is where they enter their OTP. Okay, so once you click on pay now, you get to enter your OTP. So let's bring everything to the front, bring to front. Okay, bring to front. Yeah, so let's deactivate this grid and actually see what we have done so far. Okay, yeah, so I think here should be, this particular one here should say user input. Nope, no user input yet. Let's cancel that. Okay, no user input yet, because this one's require user input. Okay, so also deactivate user input. Nope, no user input yet. Okay, so that's what we have there. And instead of choose provider, we want to add something like enter meter number and amount. Meter number. Okay, so from there, now, yeah, this is good. We can actually save these as this particular part as a component and reuse, but for now, let's just leave it. We'll copy and paste later. But then we want to adjust, this is going to be for our pins. We want to adjust this text. Okay, we want to adjust this text to say you are about to recharge. You are about to recharge. Okay, 2,000 naira. Watts of power units from your account to let's just type in something there. Meter number, we can always correct these things later. Meter number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, any number there is good. Okay, please enter your pin, okay, to confirm this. Okay, I think to just be on the safe side, let me select everything here Let me select everything there, and let's go and call it OTP screen. Should we select it? Let's select it with the box, right? So let's select it with that rectangular box. Okay. Let's select it from the layer. Okay. From the layer, blur, hold down shift, select the two of them. Let's call them create components, and let's call it OTP screen. Okay, OTP screen. Okay, great. Let me just move it out. Okay, so let me move it away. Let me move it away. I want to move it away. Okay, then I want to just duplicate it, or you can drag it from assets. Now it's 2. So from here, let's select this, and let me cut this out. Cut this, Control X, paste it here, and I want to do Control V. Okay, center it, so align it up, take it up. Okay, good. So we are good to go. So once this is done, once you enter your OTP, all you need to do is to go to the next screen. Let's now let's duplicate this particular screen. Like I told you, we're almost done. This particular screen, let's just duplicate it and drop it here. Okay, let me zoom in. So once you enter your OTP, okay, once you enter your OTP, let me align it properly. Once you enter OTP, it's going to actually basically load this page and, you know, tell you success again, right? So basically, we are actually done with this flow. Later on, we can actually edit the background under it. We could do that. Let me see what maybe we could have done something else. We could also create we can also make a component out of this layer. Okay, so let's call this one and the overlay blur. Okay, let's call the two of them, let me see, yeah, let's call the two of them confirmation. Okay, OTP confirmation. Let's call the, okay, is it OTP? Yeah, let's just call it loading. Okay, let's say system loading. Let's call it system loading. Okay, system transaction loading confirmation. Let's just call it loading instead. Transaction loading. Okay, so transaction loading. Okay, so let's also bring it out. Because I think it will be better that way. So let's Control D and let me cut it, and let's come back in here, paste it, and yeah, I think it's better that way. Let's take it all the way to the top. Okay, so that way we can duplicate this. Now delete that one and duplicate this one instead. Okay, once you duplicate this, you can now come in here, delete this one. We don't want the OTP right there. Instead, oops, Control Z. Okay, we don't want the OTP right there. We don't want the OTP. Let's call this confirmation loading, transaction loading. Okay, so we don't want the OTP. Instead, what we want is transaction loading. Okay, Control D and Control X to cut it, and then I want to go ahead and paste it right here. Control V. Okay, so let's take it to the bottom since it's coming from the top. Okay, we just want to make sure the screen behind is showing something that we can actually see. Okay, so yeah, we are done with this particular flow. You can see how easy it is. So basically, once you've done some screens like this, most of the time it's just copying and pasting. But also when we get to high fidelity design, we'll take a look at how to even make designs pop a lot more better than what we currently have. Okay, so once you are done with this, the next thing we probably want to tackle now is the airtime purchase flow. So for the airtime purchase flow, basically you type in the amount, select the network, enter the amounts, confirm it. So not difficult at all. And before we do that, remember, once you are done with this screen, you click on done. It takes you back to the home page. Okay, so yeah, that's what we want to go ahead and do now. Let's start the airtime purchase screen. Okay, so but before we go there, let's just do some little adjusting here. So instead of this loading, okay, instead of this loading, I want to probably say something like purchasing units. Okay, I think it's a better language than just saying loading. Okay, so let me just double click in there and let's put in purchasing. Oops, units. Okay. Okay, so I think we need to make this centered. I didn't know it wasn't centered. So let's go back to the original and then make that centered. So that should affect everything. Okay. So for that, I want to choose center, okay, top center. And you also want to come in here, okay, and make sure it's also top center. It's very important. So top center right there. Okay, great. Now for the last flow, which is basically for airtime, I will need this button. So I want to go ahead and click here and then Control D to duplicate that. Okay, once I duplicate that, I'll bring it right under here. Okay, so but I'm not going to include the keypad because this keypad is going to overlay on things, okay, that's in production. So I'm just going to drop this here and I'll put this as buy airtime. Okay, so I'll just put here as well buy airtime. So this is the one with the smallest flow. So usually some people tend to basically break this into different screen, okay, so that they can have different space for keyboard. You can just break it into screen, but I'm just going to put it on one screen right away. So what you want to put here is enter amount. So once you enter amount, you should be able to also enter your phone number. Okay, enter phone number. Then I can go ahead and let me just hide it. I don't know. Okay, so here will be buy airtime, purchase airtime. Okay, purchase airtime. Okay, so but then sometimes you want to make things a little bit easier for people. So let me go ahead and delete this first. Okay, you want to make things a little bit easier for people because some people might have some frequent contacts they already have in their contact list, and then some people also probably have some contact list. Okay, so you want to make it easier for them to purchase, and then you also want to adjust the allow people to select logos. That's the network providers they want to put in after imputing their number. So that's the next thing we're going to add to this particular form. So let's go ahead and start adding it. So we want to come in here and pick this network. Okay, let's go to assets and then let's search for network because we want to pick that network and then duplicate it multiple times so that we have the 4 major networks in Nigeria. Let me just zoom in. Okay, so I'm coming in here and I'm typing in network. Okay, so it should come up there. That's it. So here we go, network, and I'm basically going to need 4 of these. So let me duplicate it. Control D. Okay, so once you do Control D, it should duplicate. Then you want to go ahead and select the 2 and Shift A to put them in an auto frame. Then I can now come here and call it network strip. That's like all the networks. Okay, make sure spelling is correct there. Network strip. Okay, so let me duplicate 2 more. 1, 2. Okay, so we have it there. So now I want to reduce the spacing between to like 0. Okay, let me increase it to like 2. I don't want much spacing of 4. Now, when we fit it in, we'll know how to adjust the spacing. So select all these logos inside. Then you should go there and choose the logo you want. MTN. Let's choose MTN here. Here you want to probably, let's leave 9 Mobile there. Here you want to probably put Airtel. Here I want to put in Airtel. Okay. Oh, I think, and then here you want to put in Glow. Okay. So search for Glow. Remember, we copied it from that file. If you didn't copy it from that file, make sure you go to that file and pick it up. Okay. So Glow, we have it here. So for this, I want to convert this to a component. Okay. So it's a component on its own. So convert to a component, and then I'm going to use this guys here now, and then cut, and come in here. It should be just here. Okay. And paste. Okay, good. Let's set that to fill container. Okay, that's it. Now we've done that. So we are able to give people the opportunity to select the network. They enter the mobile phone number. Obviously, once you enter the amount, the next thing to do is to choose your network. So let's go ahead and take this up. Okay, let's move it upwards. So yeah, so that's what you want to do there. So for these logos, I'm just going to select them. I want it to fit in well. Okay, select them. And let's go and set here to automatic and then center. Okay, so they fit in properly now. Now, the next thing we want to add here is we want a situation whereby we can actually help the user to, select beneficiaries. So we have this beneficiary card up here. So let's go and pick. So here we have it, frequent contact. So let's go back and then search for frequent contact. So I'm on assets now. So let's search for frequent contact. Remember, like I said, you can always try this component. You can try just creating them on your own. So we have this. Let's just create like 4 of those frequent contacts. Okay, 1, 2 duplicates, and then you want to put it right here. Okay. And you want to select these 2 now, and then you want to do Control A. Let's come here and say contact, frequent contacts. Okay, 72. That should be frame 72, but we don't want to call it frame 72. We want to make sure we name it appropriately. Okay, frequent. Let's just say contact list. Then we want to go ahead and pick our text tool and type in frequent contacts. Okay. Let's copy that size there. This is we use the small, body bold small. So body bold small as well for this. Okay. Body bold small. Body bold small. Okay. And then the color is our primary 900. Okay, great. So let's select these 2 now. Okay. Okay, before we select that, let me just drop this right here. We'll do that later. Okay. And let's change these colors. Now, if you notice, this is from our primary 400. So whatever color you are going to use, make sure it's within the 400. So let me just come to this warning and pick 400. I want to also duplicate. And instead of 400, I want to go ahead and use maybe the green. Okay, but I want to maintain that 400 so that they have the same temperature. Okay, I'm just going to do 2 more. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. So Control D. For this one, I might come back to that blue 400. Okay, blue 400. And for this one, I might want to use red 400. So you can just change the information later on. Okay, You can change the information later on, but for now, I just want to edit this so that we can get done. Okay, so you can type in any number you want. For me, what I just want to basically change for now will be, maybe I'll just put this B for blessing, B for blessing, J for joy, and here maybe A for Abiola. Then maybe here I want to have Zainab with Z, so I will change all this name later. Then maybe their airtime, this person uses, this is a Glow number, this is 9 mobile, this is Airtel, okay, Airtel, and let's also leave MTN right there. Okay, so this is what I want to do now. I want to select, let me select this and select this and add them in an auto frame. And remember, the spacing is just about 4, so we want to maintain it. Okay, so we're going to call this frequent contacts, frequent contacts. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this guy, Control X, and I'm going to paste it right inside here. Okay, frequent contact right inside here, paste, and there I have it. Okay, but I'm going to pick it, put it this way. Okay, everything is aligned to the center, that's why. So I'm going to, let me see what to do now. So it's supposed to be on the left hand side. Let's see that, okay, this is actually on the right, so let's take it to the left. I think we might have to go back and adjust all these things later. So this is to the left, to the left. Okay, good. So now we have it there. So we have our frequent contacts list right there. So for this particular section, you can see it is cut out. That is exactly what we want. We want it to cut out, and this phone number should come last. Okay. Okay, this frequent contact should move up. It should move up, and then it should also move up again. So basically, once you come in, if you enter the amount, you can choose from your frequent contact. If they are not there, you can go ahead and select your network and enter your phone number, then purchase the airtime. For this frequent one now, this particular one, I want to go ahead and do something very fast. I want to reduce this. You see, I want to reduce it, the frequent contact, I want to reduce it down to here. Okay. Now, once I reduce it down to here, what I can do is to go to my prototype. Let me bring it in a little bit more. Okay. What I can do now is to go to, make sure you activate clip content, please. Then go to my prototype and tell it that it needs horizontal scrolling. Okay. So horizontal scrolling right there. That way you see that you can actually scroll on your phone to be able to view what is going on there. Let me also come in here and adjust the space between them. Space between them is set to 7. Let's go with 0 because they are actually very bold. Okay, so let's go with 0. 0 is fine. Now we have this all set. So all you need to do to purchase your airtime is to enter the amount, enter your select. If you have any frequent contact, you can select them, but I don't know this amount. Enter amount. What did we use? What font size did we use? It's looking a little bit too small. Body small. Then that's basically what we have here too, right? Okay, we have body extra small. First, let's set this to fill container. Okay, it should be body small, not body extra small. Okay, body small. Okay, because it just looked weird. Okay, and I think for this particular form, I'm going to increase their spacing because we have more information here. Okay, so instead of 16, I'm just going to make them 32 because we have more information right there. So these things can have a little bit of a breathing space. Okay, and yeah, that should do. Okay, that should do. So you can select these frequent numbers here. Then if you don't have if you are not subscribing to, if you're not subscribing to any of these numbers here, you can enter the phone number. Then you can click on purchase airtime. So I think we are basically done with this airtime purchase page. Let's delete this now. Let's delete this, and I'm just going to move this by the side. Okay, by airtime, I'm just going to move it by the side here to drop it right here. Okay, this network strip as well, let me move it away because I think we don't need it now. Let me move it away. That's the network strip. Let me move it away. Let me come back in here. Like I said, the flow is very basic, right? You come in here, you enter amount, maybe you want to buy, that worth of 500 naira. If it's a frequent contact, you select it. If it is not, you just select the network. Once you select the network, you go ahead to enter their phone number and then click on purchase airtime. It's a very basic flow. So from here now, once you click on purchase airtime, the next thing you want to do is to basically enter your PIN code, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and duplicate this page, Control D. Okay. So here they are entering, remember, let me adjust this. Okay. Remember, they are to enter the OTP here. Okay. PIN code, because they want to perform a transaction, obviously. So let's go to our assets and then let's search for PIN. Okay. Because we want them to enter their PIN. Okay. What did we call that? Okay, OTP. Okay, we'll call it OTP. So let's drag this out. Okay, and we are just going to say you're about to recharge. You're about to recharge 1,000 naira. Okay, 1,000 naira worth of airtime. Okay, from your account to, so let's choose 081254, I don't know who owns this number, 6320. So please enter your PIN to confirm this transaction. Of course, we'll go back here now and let's go back and lock those layers so we don't mistakenly move them. Okay, so let's go back and lock those layers. So you probably want to buy this one, lock it. The form itself, form container, you want to lock it. And the icon, you also want to lock it, right? So I can just select this now, cut, and select this and then paste and arrange. Paste it, it's pasted, and then I just move it up to the top. Okay, it's on the top, so let's bring it to the bottom. So that's what we have right there. Okay, so it's at the bottom now. That's basically what we have. And the next thing we want to do here is to also go ahead and do the last screen. The last screen, which is basically, loading and then done. That's basically what we want to do. So let's also duplicate this one now. Let's duplicate this. Control D. So once we duplicate, we want to also go ahead and delete this screen right here. Let's delete the OTP screen. Okay, and instead we want to pick the transaction. What did we call it? Let me move this a little bit here. Let me move this. Okay, let's go to assets and let's go to, I think, transaction loading. Okay, so let's drop this here and let me cut it. I want to cut it and I want to paste it right here. Okay, let me take it to the top. And here, instead of just loading, please wait, we can now put in purchasing airtime. There you go, we have it, purchasing airtime. So basically, we've come to the end of this particular section. We've designed 3 flows. Okay, out of all the flows we designed the flow for adding payment. Okay, so here we are, pay for a flow for adding money, and then when you scroll down, we have flow for buying utility, and then when you also scroll down, you have flow for airtime. So I think the only thing left is the flow for, I think, what else? We said buy airtime, utility, and then you want to, let me see, what do we have on the menu? So I'm just trying to scroll up. Yeah, and then send money. Okay, so you want to buy airtime, you want to pay bills, and lastly, we want to send money. So in the next class, we are going to create a flow for sending money, right? Because this app is all about what? Spending. From the name is Spendy as well. And just before we go, there's one last thing I would like us to fix. And that would be these particular ones. I noticed I use a rectangle, so it's always good to put them in a frame so that they don't jump anyhow. So let's go and put it in a frame. Okay, I think they are in a frame already. So I'm basically trying to, you can see right here, this particular one, it increased. So I think we need to make sure the alignment is set to bottom alignment, okay? Because it's basically like a pop-up, and it needs to always align to the bottom. So instead of top, I want to take it to the bottom. So whatever, even if we type one line right here, it should always be at the bottom, okay? So that should be able to fix it. Let's go and check it out. Okay, that has been fixed. And another thing I'm noticing is like there's a curve here that we do not need. So we are going to go back to the original to remove the curve from this particular section, okay? So I'm back here and I'm going to select and then to this part and remove that curve, okay? Because there's a curve there. So we don't want that curve. Let's go ahead and make here, that's the bottom part, right? We don't want curve here, 0. We don't also want curve here, 0. Okay, so this is done now. So if you are here, congratulations, and you've done well. So I will see you guys in the next class. Bye-bye.